I wanted something that was going to represent life to me.
It's a beautiful piece of art. It's meaningful. And this is something that's going to be passed down from one generation to the next.
You just have a sense of that person being with you.
It was a great comfort for me to have that.
The idea to do a crystal remembrance for my father first came about because I personally wanted something that reflected the beauty of life that I could have with me all the time, and that was reflective of him.
The one I kept is in the living room. It gives me a good feeling to look at it and think about my uncle, is what it does for me. You know, without that, I tend to think that the occasion to remember would not be as frequent.
I've been a glassblower for more than 20 years. My nephew's wife's father died and was cremated, and Heather called and said, "Is there anything you can do with the ashes?" And I think she was thinking of an urn, and I was thinking along a different line. It's an egg shape, and egg means life, and I take a color that's meaningful to the person. If they had a sunny disposition, you might have a bright yellow. And I twist that with the ashes so in a spiral, so it sort of looks like DNA. And then we laser engrave whatever the person wants on the bottom. We just did one where it said, you know, "We'll always love you, Daddy." I think this is something where people get a great deal of comfort from it, and I've seen that both in the ones that I've done where we've given it to somebody personally, and also in the letters. We get these lovely letters from people thanking us for how meaningful it was.
The grieving process is something that takes time, and I think having the remembrance of their loved ones, it would help them get through the grief because they would have something that they could hold. It is something that becomes part of you over time.
Each one of these, just by the nature of the process, is going to be unique. We always get the obituary of the person, so as we're working on the piece, we can be thinking about that person. That seems to get into the work, and that's another thing that I think makes it unique and distinctive.
When I see them on a daily basis, you just have a sense of that person being with you. It's as simple as just looking over and knowing that they're there.
There's such beautiful memorials that it just makes you feel good.
I know some people who carry them from room to room and derive comfort from them.
Probably depending on where I am most, I tend to like to have that feel of having my father closer to me.
It's not an urn that's going to get tucked away. This is a memorial and something that can be passed down from generation to generation, providing the occasion for remembrance.